Hey, beautiful one, welcome. I'm Dawn M. Rivers, the founder of DMR Coaching and Consulting, and you're probably surprised seeing me here in this uniform. Or maybe you know that feeling of being incredibly successful on paper, but deep down inside, something's missing. A craving for more ease, more depth, more you. I get it because right now I'm building a movement, a global movement for ambitious, curiously spiritual women like you. A movement towards luxury-aligned sovereignty. And while I'm a phenomenal coach with a deep understanding of what it truly means to live a luxurious life, my own journey to financial freedom and an externally luxurious lifestyle is still unfolding. I'm literally a flight attendant right now, diligently working and passionately building this business because I know the power of what I teach. But here's the thing, luxury, true luxury isn't about material things. It's about the spaciousness that you inhabit, the unhurried mind, the quiet confidence that flows from deep self-alignment. And I'm living proof that you can start embodying that feeling of luxury, that state of being that's right where you are. Being it at this time is luxury. And I'm learning that, this is a journey that I'm on. I experienced my own powerful frequency fix. In fact, I was just recently preparing for my Fix Your Frequency workshop, which I just presented. And it took me about 2.5 months to prepare for this because I was on my own journey. I didn't know I was going to make a workshop based on the things that I was doing. And as I was preparing, I did one new daily ritual. But before I tell you about that, I was asking friends, can you help me do some B-roll? I asked one friend, she was out of town. I asked another friend, she wasn't available. And then I asked one of my coworkers on a flight, are you available to help me do some B-roll this Saturday? And he was like, I can't because I'm working. And I just said, okay, well, never mind. Everybody I asked is not free on this Saturday. And he was like, well, Dawn, there's a premium flight inside of the open time. Tell me more about premium flights and how they work. He said, if you're awarded this premium flight, instead of the 7 credit hours, you'll get double that. So you'll get paid for 14 and you'll get paid 150%. And I was like, really? He was like, yeah. He said, I would do it, but I'm already working on Saturday. And I was like, well, look at that. Everybody that I asked to do the B-roll wasn't able to on Saturday. Let me try and do this. And I said, can you show me what to do? Yes. So I did. I put in my bid to get this premium flight and I was awarded it. But let me back up because just about a day before this time that he and I were talking, I made a new shift, a new ritual shift, which actually is a part of this story of me sharing that I'm a flight attendant. I was doing some workshops, I was reading books, I was listening to podcasts, I was implementing some of the things that I learned about what I call fix your frequency. They didn't call it that, but I felt like my frequency was a little low and it was time for me to adjust that. I do a lot of different rituals and I decided I'm going to try what was suggested that I had not been doing. And this was to get back into community with women who were doing the things that I wanted to do, to be around other powerful women who were making moves in their business and they were being led by what I call a quiet millionaire. I was in this container, I'd already paid for it, and I stepped away for a while because of flight attending and all the aspects of family life as well as my business. When I stepped in, this coach was like, Dawn, I'm so happy that you're here. Tell me what you've been doing. And they welcomed me back into the space. One of her coaches said to us, what is one thing that you're not sharing about yourself with your community? And I was like, well, I don't really tell anybody that I'm a flight attendant. And she said, why aren't you doing that? And I was like, well, I think it sends a mixed message. And she says, I disagree. Maybe you should do that. Now, this was like 6 weeks ago almost. I'm just now making this video, putting out in public that I'm a flight attendant. We'll see how it goes. I made that move. That was, we're going to say it was on maybe a Wednesday. We'll say that. I think that's what it was. Thursday, I had the flight with my friend who told me about this premium flight, 150% more of my pay at 14 hours instead of a 7-hour credit because I made one adjustment in my frequency. I connected with like-minded women. I connected with a coach who had coached me before, and I raised my frequency to the level where abundance could meet it. Now, I'm not a money coach, but I am someone who shifted her energy and got paid double the next day. And what that taught me is that I don't need to control the outcome. It's about matching frequency. Let's go back to the idea of luxury being a state of mind. Even as a flight attendant, as I'm greeting people, making sure they're safe, serving them, getting them from one destination to another through this liminal space, I'm in a space of spaciousness in my own self, allowing luxury to come to me, an unhurried mind, a quiet confidence, a quiet existence. Luxury is a state of mind, and I do rituals to prepare me every time I fly. Before I fly, when I get up in the morning, I have a tracker. It's on Notion that I go through, and I listen to my money magnetism playlist. I listen to some affirmations that I recorded for myself. I do some breath work. I drink a whole bunch of water, and then I move on my yoga mat. That gets my body in the space of releasing and letting go, but opening to spaciousness, like having this embodiedness of, I feel good. I'm ready for the flight, short or long. I am there today. I get all my things. I head to the airport, and then while I'm there, I check in and I go to the airplane. I greet the people, make sure that they're in the right spaces, that they're safe, that they're ready for the flight. And then when it's time for me to sit down, I usually close my eyes and I say a prayer. I repeat some scripture. And the other day, this man said to me, "Are you afraid to fly?" And I said, "No, my eyes are closed is because I'm praying right now and I'm thanking God." And he said, "Oh, okay." That is one of the rituals that I do. It's all about managing my mindset. It's all about creating spaciousness. I make intentional breaks, even in the air or between flights. If we're switching, I'll take time to reset myself, to raise my frequency again. None of these have to do with income, right? These are small things. Me recording an affirmation or a meditation on my notes app and then dropping it into my Dropbox and I can listen to it on loop. That doesn't cost me that much money. Now, yes, I do pay for my Dropbox, but you don't have to do that. You can just repeat your audio message and listen to yourself. You can write it out in your favorite notebook, and you can repeat it as you're driving. These are rituals to reset you, and it makes you feel luxurious. Anything that makes you feel luxurious in the moment. In the mornings, I put on my favorite perfume. Originally, I found this perfume at Anthropologie. Then I saw the same perfume at both Marshall's and TJ Maxx, and I got more of them. So whenever I put on my perfume, it makes me feel luxurious. When I'm recording and preparing anything for my business, I light my candles. I light my incense. That makes me feel luxurious. I put on my favorite clothing, my pearl necklace. That makes me feel luxurious. Any small thing that you love to do can make you feel luxurious. It doesn't have to be money spent. It can just be your rituals that you do every single day. Back in the spring of 2025, I created what I call the Lux Identity Spiral. I was really doing a lot of soul searching. I studied my birth chart. I really went deep into listening to some new authors, read new books, followed new people on Instagram and podcasts, YouTube videos, and figured out what I needed to do. The Lux Identity Spiral came out of that. I needed to go back to my roots. My roots were yoga. I've been a yoga teacher since 2013. I've been practicing yoga since 1999. I love the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, and I love the Yamas and Niyamas by Deborah Adele, as well as the chakras all together. So why not put those together? I have this other framework, which I call the Path to the Awakened Woman, which really takes the yamas and niyamas, and it helps a woman go from being sad, depressed, to happy, whole, and free. And there are 3 steps. I realized that I had moved away from my foundation, and I wanted to incorporate all this into the Lux Identity Spiral. It has the 8 limbs of yoga, and it has the 7 chakras built into it. From there, I created the Sovereign Embodied Spiral, which is an anti-hustle philosophy and a spiral sovereignty. And I want you to think about spiral as movement. The body moves, right? The ocean moves, the air moves, even the incense moves. It doesn't go down, it always goes up. Spiral is is taking us up a plane and to another plane and another plane. It's not about this linear success, because sometimes things are not linear. They go up, they go down, they move in, they move out. That's a spiral. Spiral sovereignty is a path that honors natural rhythms, intuition, non-linear growth, contrasting it with like linear striving. I want you to see my journey, my path as a live demonstration of the principles that I'm teaching. The things that I study, I learn, that I have failed and succeeded at, is all so I can bring it to you. It's for my client, this one person who I believe that you are. She's thriving, Teresa. She's achieved external success, right? She is making the money. She makes over $120,000 a year. She might feel stagnant, which I call stagnant Stella, who is a person might be a little bit depressed or confused and not sure what to do. Or maybe she's a searching Serena, where she's doing all the DIY herself. She wants to, like, I watch that, I could do it myself. Or I've done that, I could do it myself. It's too much work, it's too much time. Thriving Teresa, maybe she stepped back to that, but she needs to come forward. I'm here to guide you, to help you embody this practice, these principles, so you don't have to start over. You have a starting point that you can move forward. Because in this midlife journey that we're on, we're looking back and we're saying, I've done a lot of things. I don't want to start over again. I want to move forward. Let me be your guide. Let me be your Yoda to your Luke Skywalker. Let me be your Morpheus to your Neo. I know how you feel. I know what you're going through because I've lived it. In some cases, I'm still living it. A guide doesn't have to be somebody who is running so far in front of you. A guide has gone down this path and can take you this way so you don't stumble, fall, or get lost. I want you to remember that true luxury is internal. Sovereignty is attainable, and my journey exemplifies the power of my framework. So are you ready to start redefining success for yourself? I have an option for you. Join Awaken and Limitless, a free community on School. I'm so excited about it. I love it. There's so many wonderful things in there. There's insights, there's connections. There's a classroom that has lots of resources. I call them gates. As a gate opens up, it opens up your mind, body, and spirit so you can spiral upward. And if you're curious about fixing your frequency, this workshop is available for you as well. There are 8 steps for you to create new patterns, routines, and rituals in your life that you can take action on today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video.